In this report, we answer the question, what happens after your audits are complete and the recommendations have been agreed to by government? Well, in fact, we like to come back approximately 2 years after the audits and look at the implementation rate for the recommendations. And this will provide Nova Scotians and the Nova Scotia Legislature with independent information as to whether government is delivering on its promises and commitments to take action as a result of our audits. In this report, we followed up on 321 recommendations made across 22 performance audits in the calendar years 2013 and 2014. I'm very pleased to report that 72% of our recommendations have been completed by government. This is the best performance that government has had to date, and I commend government officials, the senior bureaucrats, and the public service at large for a moment to be proud of. However, having said that, there are a small number of entities who could do better. For example, the Health Authority. Only 2 out of 7 recommendations related to operating room use and surgical wait times have been completed. Nova Scotians wait longer than any other Canadians for such things as knee and hip replacements, and we recommended that the Health Authority actually publicly disclose timelines and targets so that Nova Scotians can know what to expect. This has yet to be done. A second example is transportation and infrastructure renewal. In 2013, we made a number of control recommendations to the Mechanical Branch Division of Transportation and Infrastructure Renewal. However, some 3 years later, when we followed up the status of these recommendations, approximately 50% have yet to be completed, which I think is unsatisfactory performance. Details of all of the organizations that have done well and those that I would consider to be poor performers are outlined in our report, which is fully available on our website. Nova Scotians can take comfort that 72% of the recommendations that we looked at have indeed been completed and that things are happening in terms of government responses to our audits. However, for those organizations that aren't completing our recommendations, Nova Scotians should ask their MLAs, their public accounts committees, and the people that are responsible for these organizations why the promised change hasn't in fact been delivered upon, and what is going to happen now in terms of concrete future results that Nova Scotians can hold their government accountable for.